Hey Bruce here today. I'm here going to watch the Hyperscape Patch 101 dev highlights. And before we get started, make sure to subscribe if you're new and like the video and enjoy it. So let's get started. So we're supposed to find out in this video what they're going to change us through doing for the next patch that's going to come like next week or sometime
Hey
soon.
everybody, we've got a new patch, so that means it's time to do another highlights video. I'm joined by Graham, so we're going to talk through it right now. Graham,
Okay.
do you want to dive in? This is a pretty good patch because it's addressing a number of specific community feedback pieces that we've heard since the season launch.
Yeah, I'm super happy to launch this patch next week. So first thing to talk about is really weapon balance. I've had a lot of feedback on two specific things mostly. First one's the Hexfire. A lot of people use the Hexfire, a lot of people love the Hexfire, but
it's
it is a little
overpowered
bit
on
too OP.
Xbox.
So we've decided to reduce the clip size on the Hexfire to bring it more in line with the other weapons. Second one's actually makes me a little bit sad because it's my favorite gun, the Mammoth, but
Shotgun.
we're going to reduce the damage across the Mammoth. It's a little bit too powerful.
Bit much, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit too much.
So one of the really interesting things that we learned coming out in season 1, console players have a different experience than PC players. So they talked a lot about difficulty aiming with the controllers.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah,
we
it
looked
is
at
hard.
that. We looked at the feedback. We played it a bunch in the studio too, and then we had a high-level list of things we wanted to go after. So the first one's really adding the linear response controller curve. So this will give players options and choices, so they're able to set the control up a bit better in the way they want to play it. We decided to add a toggle to disable aim acceleration, so you can turn it off if you want. It's really about giving choice to players for what we call player comfort. So controller comfort should be high. And then we changed the default controller sensitivity too, because it was too high. So if you came new to the game and you're like that, it was like pitting. So now it's a lot better. These were key things to make sure the controller experience is just as solid as a mouse and keyboard will.
Cool. Another piece of feedback we heard a lot from our console players was the crown phase, the showdown phase, when you get to the end of a match. It was really difficult for them to actually catch the guy with the crown.
Yeah. It's really weird because, on PC, they seem to have no troubles catching the crown bearer. On console, it's a huge issue. So we decided to make a couple of changes to that. The first one is we've decided to increase the cooldown time for your hacks. So if you have the crown and you use a hack, it's longer till you can use another one again. It stops you chaining hacks together and going everywhere. So that's increased that. We've also made it harder to win by crown victory. So we took a timer from before and we've changed it to 60 seconds. So now from the point when you have the crown to the point when you win, you have to hold it for 60 seconds.
So
that paired with
60
the fact
seconds,
it's going to be longer between times
longer.
when you can use hack should even out the crown victory overall to the kind of style and percentage we want.
Cool. And then one new feature that we're introducing with this patch is player stats.
Yeah, so we're dipping our toe in the swimming pool for this one. So we're adding base level player stats to the Hall of Champions. So when you're in Playscape, where you go to normally look at your memory shards, there'll be another option now to look at the high level player stats so you can see kill death ratio, things like that.
Cool. But that's just the first step, is what you're saying.
It's really the
more
first step. Season 2, when it comes out, we'll have a bunch more on that. So we have a lot of things coming in Season 2, and there's a lot more work around that coming now.
Cool. And just
Crossplay question
mentioning open beta again. One of the big topics during open beta was anti-cheat. We talked a lot about what we're doing to anti-cheat. Maybe it's worth giving an update now.
I think, we always talked about quality of service for the game. Part of quality service is good anti-cheat. So Battle Eye is obviously a weapon of choice. That's working well. We've been banning a lot of players. We've been hardware banning them. So we're doing our best to keep the cheats out of the system. What we decided to add to this now as part of this patch is when you're killed, if you think you've been cheated, you can click on the player's card of the player that killed you, and you can report them for cheating if you feel it's justified.
Right, which is also good for anti-toxicity.
That's
if
nice.
someone is harassing you in game, that's your moment to kind of report them so our team knows about it and we can deal with it.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's quite nice.
And then to wrap up the video, I thought it might be worth talking about what's your top priority tech-wise right now?
So, I mean, we've had an audio bug for a while when the audio cut. It's annoying.
Yeah,
it's
it's a big
annoying
one.
players. It's annoying us too. We know what it is. We took one step this week earlier on by removing the magnet hack, which made that issue worse, but isn't the core reason for the issue. We've identified the core reason for the issue. We are actively fixing it now, and we'll have it fixed for Season 2 at the latest.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, this is really highlights from the patch. The full patch notes will be out next week, early in the week, so stay tuned to our channels so you can get linked to them as soon as they're up. Graham, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you with patch 1.1 when it drops next week. Thanks.
Cool. So that was the dev highlights for patch 101. Basically, it sounds pretty good for next patch that they're going to decrease the shotgun damage and decrease the ammo for the Hexfire, which is really nice because they're both kind of overpowered right now. And kind of nice they're making it better for controller players like myself. I play on the Xbox, so that's going to be quite nice that they're decreasing the sensitivity and making it a lot better for us to aim and stuff. So that's quite good. And they mentioned some really big changes coming for season 2. Hopefully, he said big changes, like really big. I don't want to say it's cross-play, but that could be it. Or it could be the addition of duos. That'd be pretty awesome. Maybe duos would come earlier than that. Who knows? But I'm just speculating, you know. But it's nice they touched on the sound bug because that's a big bug. I had that bug happen to me before of not hearing the audio and stuff. So at least they're working on it right now, trying to get it fixed. So that's pretty good. So I think that's it. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that bell to be notified for another Hyperscape video on the channel. And like the video and enjoy it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.